How many days for Yellowstone?
2 days, 3 days, maybe a week.
Good morning.
Welcome to Yellowstone.
Thank you. After exploring every corner of America's first national park,
We discovered the perfect amount of time for you to see it all.
and the challenges that will make or break your trip.
All right, not only are we getting wet,
There's the sulfur smell.
and there's the smell. We did come in the second week of September, and it is still very crowded in here.
20 people have been scalded to death because they step in there and it's just a little thin crust.
You gotta be quiet. Everyone is good. We're in the library.
Yeah. Why do you think we're stopped?
They must be seeing a marmot.
Marmot. Oh, a squirrel.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
After full-time RV living for the past 3 years and exploring Yellowstone National Park with our friends Ron and Jodi from Just Rambling Around, we think we have found the perfect amount of time for you to explore the park too and where to stay.
And to have the Yellowstone adventure of a lifetime.
And if you don't know who we are, I'm Deb.
I'm Joel.
This is our dog Maya, and we are chasing our sunshine. Let's just start with how we planned our trip to Yellowstone National Park using RV Trip Wizard. We always use the rule of 3-3-3. We like to only travel for 3 hours a day, arrive before 3 o'clock, and at least stay in an area for 3 days. We left Wisconsin at the end of August and traveled through North Dakota and stayed 3 nights at 3 different locations throughout the area. Then we came into Montana. We spent 2 nights in Billings. We had looked at the roads ahead of time and planned this all using RV Trip Wizard. Now, we did book this out only 4 months in advance. We would tell you, try to do it a year to 6 months out because you can get better sites and possible better locations than we did. We did choose to stay at Grizzly RV Park because we were going with our friends Ron and Jodi, and they were the only 2 sites that we could find together at the same RV park in the area, and we got lucky. We are in Site 98 here at Grizzly RV Park in West Yellowstone itself, and our friends right here, Ron and Jodi, are right next to us in 99. But the site is pretty tight. It only fits up to a 35-foot motorhome or camper, and the hookups are kind of weird. Sewer is nice, but the power pole's short and our stuff hangs on the ground, and same thing with the water as well. But the trees are super close, and this one actually scratched the side of the RV a little bit as we backed in to get into our sites. But it is nice and quiet. I know there's some construction noise in the background right now, but it is very peaceful here at night, and it is a beautiful, clean park. It is a little bit on the expensive side, but so is everything else in West Yellowstone.
Jump for the trees. It's not too bad. Just little rubs there a little bit. They did remove another branch on the other side that was actually rubbing up and down on the side of our rig. Prune that. Yeah, it's a tight spot, but doable. It's a super nice campground, quiet. There's always constantly people running around on golf carts that work here, cleaning everything up. Close to town, that's the best thing. It was a wonderful park to stay at, and we would recommend staying there. If you are going to select an area to stay, we do recommend West Yellowstone. It was a perfect base camp and be able to explore the national park right from there. We're not in Kansas anymore, folks.
You guys, this is so gorgeous. Even though because of the wildfires, it is very smoky. However, the drive so far from Bozeman down to West Yellowstone, gorgeous. Nice flat, kind of through the basins of 2 huge hills, mountains probably. But wow. So what is the perfect time of year to go to Yellowstone? Well, we're going to highly recommend the middle of September when kids are in school. It is going to be the best time to visit as it might be less crowded. We found it was still pretty busy, and I can't even imagine what it would be like there during the summer, during peak hours. But we were in the shoulder season, and that was really nice. And we've also heard in the spring during the shoulder season is also very beautiful. This is one of the busiest national parks, so be prepared for crowds when you go there. Oh, welcome to Yellowstone National Park. We're actually driving in the park right now. I didn't realize that, and apparently I get excited about stupid things. Joel just laughs. We have never been to Yellowstone before, and I also am getting excited because it looks like the smoke from the fires is kind of clearing up, and we're being able to see more. We're almost there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna clean up and probably go find a beer.
We are at Yellowstone Beer Company with our friends Ron and Jodi from Just Rambling Around. We're up here getting a beer. We just got into town, and this is the first place we had to come and check it out. They love beer just as much as Joel and I do.
All right, day 2 was our South Loop day, and a pro tip, you're going to want to leave the RV park by about 7:30 in the morning to beat the rush.
Yes, and trust us, you're going to want to beat the rush. As the further we got into the park and closer it got to 11 and 12, the more it actually filled up, and it's going to be a long day. Each day that we did do one of the loops, and there's 2 loops, which I'll show you, it took us about 8 hours each day.
Yeah, and the South Loop has all the iconic spots.
Good morning.
Welcome to Yellowstone.
Thank you.
All right, day 1 of Yellowstone adventure. We're doing the South Loop. Everything that Jodi and Ron have researched, because they're our research team, says to do it in 2 days. And we're here for 4 days, and so we're doing the South Loop, and then we're going to do the North Loop another day. And Ron's going to drive that one because it might involve heights.
It all might involve heights, I don't know.
Yeah. So, welcome to Yellowstone.
We decided to come down a 2-mile loop to see the Firehole Falls, and we are so glad we did. Joel is not out here with me because this has gotten steep drive, and he's waiting in the car back over here, and I'm going to be driving us out of here, I think. He did amazing to get here. Well, we're back over here hiding behind some trees, but absolutely breathtaking and gorgeous. Being the first timer here in Yellowstone National Park, I am just blown away by the beauty. Fountain
Paint Pots area.
is where we are.
And our tour guide said it is a must stop, so we stopped.
So I had downloaded an app on our phone that used to be the Gypsy Guide, and this is highly recommended to stop. It tells us where to and when to stop, and so far the information that they have been sharing on it has been absolutely amazing. Lots of history to the park, and the guy's actually not annoying.
No, very entertaining, soothing voice, and good.
And now the app is called Guide Along. It was $24.99 for Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. And since we're going to both, we figured we might as well try it. And I would say it's worth it so far.
20 people have been scalded to death.
What?
20 people have been scalded to death because they step in there and it's just a little thin crust in some spots over boiling water. So stay on the boardwalk.
If you notice, it's always a kid too.
Yeah.
It's never an adult.
How cool is this? We're getting rain done from the geyser. It's,
From the morning geyser and fountain geyser. Right?
yeah, we're lucky to see this one because it goes off every
4 to 7
4
hours.
to 7 hours.
And not consistently. during that time. The last time this went off was 4 hours and 35 minutes ago.
So amazing to see this.
And if you can't tell, we're here on a Tuesday. Make sure you wear your blue for Tree Blue Tuesday.
All right, not only are we getting wet,
There's the sulfur smell.
and there's the smell. It does smell strongly like rotten egg sulfur. We did come in the second week of September, and it is still very crowded in here. We're not seeing a bunch of kids because school is in session now, so we thought maybe this would be less crowded. I think it is, but you're not going to be alone when you're in Yellowstone.
Don't lose your hat in the center of the hot plasma.
So the hike up to here is a round trip of 1.6 miles, and it is worth it. It's a 300 feet climb from the bottom where the trailhead splits off from the ferry trail, waterfall trail, and this is just breathtaking. I can't even describe how amazing this is to be up here. But now we get to go down and see what else we can find in the park.
I told you guys we're an hour and a half from campground.
Oh, okay.
Be quiet. Everybody's really quiet here. No talking. It's like a library. What's going on? Be quiet. We're waiting for Old Faithful to go off. And I feel like we're in a library. Would you say 500 people? Yeah. And not a sound. It's craziness here. Wow. That's something to see.
Dog likes it too.
But be quiet. You gotta be quiet. Everyone is good. We're in the library.
Yeah.
I'm at 2.5.
I just read it goes off for 1.5 to 5 minutes. And we're working on 3 right now. I think it's dying down.
Yeah. We definitely recommend coming in to the inn.
Yep.
It is
Faithful Inn
gorgeous.
Hotel. It's awesome.
And the best thing is go to the Bear.
Bear Inn Lounge for a beer, and they do serve some food there. There was a long line for the cafe, but nothing for the Bear Inn.
Yeah.
So we got right in, and now we might catch another Old Faithful.
All right. Right there. There's literally a bison walking right in front of our car.
We're doing the 25
Yeah,
yards.
we're
but
doing the
he's
25
coming over
yards.
us.
He's crowding
one
us.
that narrowed-
Violator.
Can I go pet the big cow?
The fluffy cow.
The fluffy cow?
A rest day is going to be a must for you while you're visiting Yellowstone. And this is where most people make a huge mistake and don't plan for one.
Yeah, after 3 years of full-time RVing and figuring out you don't want to be doing things fast and traveling fast or even trying to explore things fast, like Deb said, a rest day is not an option. It is a must.
Yes, you can go out to eat, maybe explore the town of West Yellowstone a little bit, do some laundry, or just put your feet up from after all that walking you did to and from the car to different sites during Loop 1 on the first day.
And it gives you time to plan the next trip into the park.
Ooh, pass that background check.
How come we haven't seen a wildlife yet?
Let me start honking the horn. I know they like that,
Yeah,
right?
they do love that, yeah.
It's like the bait and call.
All right, now came day 4, the North Loop. Not my favorite day.
Nope, definitely wasn't his favorite day at all. And technically, it could be considered a death-defying day with Deb.
Oh, there's no consideration about it. It was a death-defying day with Deb. Although Ron was driving and he did a great job, so that was good. But the cliffside drives are no joke on that side, especially on the northeast side. And I will say what I could look, the views were stunning.
They were absolutely stunning, but if you do have someone that's in your car and traveling with you that is afraid of heights, we would recommend just going up to a certain point and turning around and coming back. There's a whole section that you could skip over and not have to drive unless you really enjoy the scenic views, but it really wasn't that much. Even for someone that could look out the window and was fine, it wasn't that scenic that I would think if you don't do that, you're really not missing out on anything.
Yeah, so again, that would be the northeast section of the North Loop. But the other side, the west side going up to Mammoth Falls was great.
Yes, that was a beautiful, and we so enjoyed visiting Mammoth Falls for sure.
And despite it raining most of the day, we still saw a lot.
We did, and that would remind us weather. Weather is always going to be against you when you go to Yellowstone. So dress in layers. Be prepared for it to be cold and rainy.
Or then sunny and warm.
Just over here is Gibbons Falls. I walked down the path. Joel stayed up at top. This is straight down to the river. But the falls are gorgeous. And this is definitely worth a little stop. And it's starting to rain out. And it's 41 degrees out.
All right, that's definitely one hot spring you don't want to go in.
Yeah, you don't want to go into the Barrel Spring.
No, but it is definitely worth a stop. So cool to see. The colors in the water are amazing. And then one thing that would be really cool in winter is to see the false trees that it makes from freezing.
Ghost trees, I think they call them, yeah.
But it definitely is something, and as you walk away, it starts to smell better.
Yeah, it's a sulfur smell, but boy, that steam's coming out of there at a high speed pressure for sure.
Yeah.
And it's raining today, so it's pretty cool. All the moist air coming out, the steam looks good.
Get some nice and shallow.
This is a 1 mile trail.
How long?
1 mile.
Okay. Worth it?
Yeah.
Well worth it.
All right.
Pretty cool.
Cool.
Very nice.
All right, we're out on the walkway to the mud pots, and this is so cool.
This is awesome, yeah. This is probably next to Old Faithful, my second favorite so far.
Yeah, it's so, the sounds, the smells, just smell.
Yeah.
And it can get overwhelming at some time. I actually gagged once.
Yeah.
But the colors, they're unreal here. It actually looks like someone took a filter on a picture for Instagram and made these fake colors here, and it's all real.
Yeah, and it's different topography, as you can see. There's like creeks, there's pots, there's boiling water. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is definitely worth a stop. It's about 6/10 of a mile walk down to it and back, so it's, I think, round trip maybe like a mile.
Maybe, if that.
If that is nothing, a real super easy walk. This is definitely worth a stop to come down here and see this. All right, this has been a well worth stop to come and see this basin here. It's got so many different features: hot springs, little creeks, ponds, geysers, thermals, and mud pits. So,
Pretty cool.
stay on the path. The travertine cliffs here are amazing to see. These formations are just unworldly. And it's something you gotta come see yourselves. I know we keep saying that, but you really should, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't do justice on film or pictures. Amazing.
All right, here we are, Mammoth Hot Springs.
This is amazing
Beautiful.
as well.
Yes.
I know we keep saying that, but wow. Yellowstone National Park is definitely worth a stop.
And there's some elk in town, so we got to see some cows in one big bull.
Yeah.
Bedded down right in town there. The park rangers are down there so nobody approaches them.
Oh, and
so.
the sun just came out. Oh, amazing. Look at it with the sun out. Oh. Oh my gosh, look at the sparkling.
think we're stopped.
They must be seeing a marmot.
Marmot. Oh, a squirrel.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, there's some, I think I see some elk out there on the tree line.
Yep. That was a big one.
Oh.
Late bedded down.
Yeah.
After exploring Yellowstone, both as RVers and first-time travelers to the area,
We can confidently say that we believe 4 days is a sweet spot. Gives you some days in the park and it gives you that much needed rest day.
and it gives you plenty of time to see all the major highlights,
And to weather any unexpected adventures.
especially the weather.
Right.
Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you've already been, what's your advice for fellow RVers?
Yeah, it's best to learn from each other. And again, you can always stay longer than we did. We just don't recommend any less than that.
Yep. And we had an absolute blast with our friends Ron and Jodi. And don't worry, on our next video where we head to the Grand Tetons with them, we'll be giving you some more tips on finding a great place to stay in the Tetons, some shenanigans,
Yep.
and a lot of laughs.
Safe travels, and thanks for watching, everyone.
We'll see you on the next video.